Welcome back to the channel, how are we all doing? Before I go on, I've got to thank everybody who has subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much, it has been very much appreciated. I do appreciate that. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do remember to click that bell down below, give it a ring for us, and also send me a comment, give me a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. As always, that will give me the motivation to carry on making these vlogs. Yes, it is party night, and guess what? You've guessed what, I am using something slightly different. I am using the, you've seen this already, I have done a vlog on these. It's the Yamaha DZR 15s. I was gonna use them with the RCF 905s basically, but it's a hot, warm day. And be honest with you, the DZRs 215s are more than adequate enough for this size venue. I shall give you a quick pan round of this venue. So you can see it's quite a big dance floor and it's quite a high ceiling venue as well. So it's not small, it's quite a big venue, but do you know what? These Yamaha DZRs, they are animals. They are a different ball game altogether. The bass coming from them is astronomical, not to mention the sound quality as well. Compare them to the VN2000, which is the 12-inch sub, the 112 SA, along with the 206s, or what I have been using them of recently, along with the JMax's 114s. Ooh, it's hard to say, it's hard to call it, to be honest with you. It's very, very tight. I don't know, I honestly can't call it between the two. These DZR 15s, they are a whole different animal, basically. And at high level, they still hold and maintain the quality and shape without degrading in quality and degrading in volume, or rolling off or dropping off the bass as well. They just hold their shape extremely well at extremely high volumes. What I am going to do a vlog on different types of speakers, setups, what I use and why I use them. So if you're a house party DJ and you want a small footprint or a small setup for that particular function, if you primarily just do house parties, I would recommend a few speakers which I personally think would suit your needs, and then working our way up to the slightly bigger venues as well. So that might be something that you might be interested in. You might want to keep an eye out for that as well, watch out for that. So what it is, it's going to be a collaboration of different speaker setups which I use in different venues, and I've done a vlog of them. So what I would do, I would slice and dice and put them into one, and as to why I use them. So talking about the Ventus, the VN2000 setup, which is an FBT setup, so it's a 12-inch sub, 112 SA, along with the 206s. Like I said earlier, I have started using them with the JMax's, the JMax 114A. That setup on its own, you've got a choice of how you could use that particular setup, depending on the type of function you're using it for. For example, if you're doing just a small house party or a very, very small function, you could get away with using just the JMax's, the 114A on their own with no sub. And then again, if you're doing something on a slightly little bigger scale, and obviously the music is probably going to be more of a focus, and it's slightly a younger age group, and the people like their music slightly low and loud, then I was introduced the FBT 112 SA to that combination as well. So you've got various ways of how you can mix and match the setup, how I use it. Also, not excluding the FBT 206As as well. So, you know, it depends the nature of the function and what you're using it for as well, in which you could possibly mix and match. And I have done it with various different types of functions. So I've paired, for example, the 112s with the JMax's. I've paired the 112 SAs, the FBT 112 SAs, along with the 206s. I've paired them with the 206s along with the RCFs 905s. So I've just kind of mix and match. As I said, today I was going to use the DZR 15s along with the RCFs 905, but I've decided not to because it's a nice hot day, and as someone said to me, you got to pick your battles basically. So, you know, this loading isn't particularly easy. I should give you a quick walk through this loading. It's not one of the easiest loadings to do, and as we all know, time is money. At the end of the night, we want to get out, we want to tear down as quick as possible, and we want to get off as quick as we can and out the venue. If I was to bring the subs to this venue, it would add an additional 45 minutes for me tearing up. Again, that's 45 minutes I could be at home in bed. So what it is that by the time I get everything home, dropped off at the lockup, my head actually hits the pillow by about 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. in the morning. That's the time. It's about an hour's drive from where I am. Let's show you this loading. So there is a lift. I've just decided to go down the stairs because it is quicker. But for me to load up, basically, I've literally got to park over there, that little slip road outside there, drop my gear off here, put it on the trolley, up into the lift. Once we're in the lift, I'm taking the stairs because it's quicker. And it takes me roughly about 2 or 3 trolley loads, basically, because there's only so much I can extend the trolley to get it in the lift. Like I said, using the subs tonight would have taken me and given me an additional 45 minutes, possibly 50 minutes. Back out the lift, and we've got a little bit of a track into our main hall. So you can see, it is a bit of a pain. It's not bad because we've got the lift, but it is a bit of a pain because once I get downstairs to outside to the doors, I've got to take everything back off the trolley again and walk it over to the van. So you can see that's the reason why I've opted not to use the subs tonight and just use the DZRs 1.5. And I've got to say, I made the right call on that one because it is a bit humid, it is a bit hot, as you can tell. Right, that is the only change I am using. So Denon MC6000 Mark II, which is my go-to control at the moment. It is a bit of a workhorse. It's built like a Roman soldier. It is built like a Roman horse. It just keeps going and going and going. I know that there are issues what people have had with the channel fader and the crossfader then, but touch wood, so far I've not had any issues with it as well. So you can't get them anymore. So I bought this second hand. I've had it for about 5 years now and it's not let me down. It's not missed a heartbeat so far. Right, Chauvet eyeless command on the lights. Gig bar move stuck in the corner there. Just the one light tonight. It should be all right. The one light should be all right because normally when I use the SpectraPix batten, people tell me to turn it down because it's too bright, and I end up not using them at the end of the night, basically. So it's a case of I'm trying to kind of like where I can save time by not using stuff, setting them up and find out that I'm not going to use it. That's more time again, tearing down, packing up again. It's all time. And, you know, my goal, as always, is trying to get out of the venue as quick as I can. I mean, this particular setup, it is pretty much bare bones setup, basically. There's not a lot to it. I'm hoping it should literally take me about half an hour to 40 minutes tops. I am hoping on that. I'll let you know in the comments, or I'll do a post vlog on my way home in the car and let you know how the function went. Also, I'll let you know how long it took me to tear down and get behind the wheel of my van and start rolling. As I said, by the time I get home, it's an hour's drive from where I am to get back home again. By the time I offload everything and my head hits the pillow, it'll probably be about 3 o'clock or so, basically. So yeah, it will be a little bit of a late one. And that is pretty much a setup. That's what we are using. Nothing out the extraordinary. Equinox combi booth as well. These headphones, One Audio. Oh my gosh. They are absolutely awesome. Awesome headphones. And of course I'm using them with the low latency transmitter as well. Basically it's just a beauty, and it takes a little bit of getting used to not being shackled to your headphones. It is a weird concept to be honest with you, because you know I'm always looking for the wire, and when people come up to me, I'm always, even when I'm using wireless headphones, I'm still trying to take them off to go over to people, forgetting that they're wireless. I don't need to take them off. So it does take a little bit of getting used to when you've been used to using headphones by wire for quite a while, okay? That is pretty much a setup, and that is what I am using this week. It's something completely different. Yet again, I shall do a... Yet again, I shall post in the top right-hand corner the vlog when I've done a sound check using these DZR 1.5s for the very first time. But yet they have never let me down. They've never disappointed me. They've always delivered the goods every single time. And I've given them a break for a little while. I've jumped back on them again. They are fairly big boxes. They're not small boxes by any means, to be honest with you. And I think they were in the region of about 26 kg. Don't quote me on that, but round about that sort of figure. But they're not light. and they do come with the functional covers where you can use, you don't have to take the covers off them. You can leave the functional covers on them as well. That's how the covers are designed to be fitted on the box and in use as well. You don't have to take the covers off them whilst they're in use. It's the same with the RCFs 905s as well. You don't need to take the covers off them. They're functional covers basically. And yeah, these Yamahas, I can't go on about them enough basically. They are absolutely awesome speakers. The sound and the amount of bass I'm getting from them is just ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Like I said, when you see the sides of the boxes, it's not unbelievable. It's not hard to believe why you're getting that amount of bass out of them, because they are really big full range cabinets. They're not small by any means. So yeah, they do deliver the goods, and good buy, worth it basically. So yeah, again, ladies and gents, as I say, I should catch you back, or you should catch me back on the other side when I've got a bit of danceful action to show you, as I always say. So remember to always keep it locked, keep it tuned into Collins Mobile Disco. I've got to do a few actually real life situations with a few light fixtures which I've got, and it's just a case of bringing the T-bar out and hooking them up onto a T-bar and programming the Wolf Mix on them as well. Basically, that's the reason why I've not done it, because I've been a little bit busy doing other stuff as well as at the same time as well. So I'll look out for that. There's a few lights which I've got to do a few demos on in a real life situation. That's all coming up as well within the next, I'll say by the end of the month I should have that done as well. So remember to keep it locked, keep it tuned to Collins Mobile Disco, and I will catch you back on the other side.